In the summer of 2018, a shocking crime rocked the small town of Frederick, Colorado. Chris Watts, a seemingly devoted father and husband, committed a crime so horrifying that it left the world in disbelief. In this documentary, we will take you through the heart-wrenching story of Shanann Watts, her two beautiful daughters Bella and Celeste, and the unimaginable betrayal by the person they trusted the most. This is the story of a family's love, a father's deception, and a community's heartbreak. Chris and Shanann Watts met in 2010 and were married just 2 years later. Friends described their relationship as picture perfect. Shanann, who was active on social media, often shared moments of their life online, giving the world a glimpse into their family, which seemed full of love. She was so proud of her family. She adored her girls and loved Chris so much. From the outside, they looked like the ideal family. By 2018, they had 2 daughters, Bella and Celeste, and were expecting a 3rd child. But beneath the surface, cracks were beginning to show. By the summer of 2018, Shanann began noticing changes in Chris. He became distant, cold, and withdrawn. Shanann, who was by now heavily pregnant, confided in her friends about her concerns. Shanann felt that something had changed, but she could never have imagined the true extent of Chris's betrayal. While Shanann was trying to fix her marriage, Chris had already checked out. Unknown to Shanann, Chris had started an affair with a co-worker, Nicole Kessinger. Nicole Kessinger, a colleague of Chris, had no idea that Chris was still married with children when they first started seeing each other. Chris presented himself as a man in the process of a separation. Despite discovering Chris's lies, the affair continued. Chris was becoming more desperate to leave his family behind. August 13, 2018, Shanann Watts returned home after a weekend business trip to Arizona. It was the last time anyone would see her alive. In the early hours of the morning, Chris Watts made the fateful decision to end the lives of his wife and 2 daughters. According to his confession, he strangled Shanann in their bedroom before driving his daughters, alive, to his work site, where he would smother them and hide their bodies in oil tanks. The crime was unthinkable. A father, trusted and loved, had destroyed everything he was supposed to protect. The morning of August 13th, Chris acted as if nothing was wrong, but as Shanann's friends grew concerned, the police were called, and an investigation quickly followed. Within days, investigators found enough evidence to confront Chris. The pivotal moment came when they discovered Chris's affair with Nicole Kessinger. Chris eventually cracked under pressure and confessed to his father. But his initial story was far from the truth. Faced with overwhelming evidence, Chris pled guilty to all charges in exchange for avoiding the death penalty. The courtroom was filled with emotion as Shanann's family delivered their statements. The court sentenced Chris Watts to 5 life sentences without the possibility of parole. But the scars left by his actions will never fully heal. The Chris Watts case gained national attention. How could a father, someone who was supposed to love and protect, do something so horrific? Chris Watts's actions are rare but not unheard of. His desire to start over, to escape his responsibilities, led him down a path of unimaginable cruelty. Though Chris Watts will spend the rest of his life behind bars, the memory of Shanann, Bella, Celeste, and Nico lives on. Their story is a reminder of how fragile life can be, and how sometimes the most unimaginable evil can come from those closest to us. May we remember them not for the tragedy that befell them, but for the love and light they brought into the world. Thank you for watching this in-depth look into the Chris Watts case. Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more true crime documentaries. Until next time, please stay safe and take care of each other.